So the first thing you want to do to adjust your rear brakes on a big diesel truck, obviously, is jack up your truck and put it on neutral so your wheels can spin. If you try to do it the traditional way, which is spinning both tires, you can see how the other tire, the opposite tire, starts spinning slowly, and you're going to pretty much tire yourself out.
It's never going to be the same as the other one.
The reason why most of these brakes won't self-adjust is because the star adjuster gets frozen with the heat. It stops doing its job. So instead of backing up and slamming on your brakes, going forward and slamming on your brakes so that it can adjust, it stops doing that and you have to manually adjust them.
So what we got to do now?
So the first thing he's going to take off is take off the drive axle. And once you take out the drive axle, that frees up your wheel so it could spin loosely.
Do one at a time. You can jack it on this side so that way you won't have no oil drip on this side. Do one side first, adjust it, and then come back and do the other one. Like money, this is out, this is free already. Now you can adjust. I'm gonna take it out all the way. I don't need to, but I'm gonna take it out.
And here's that star adjuster that I talked about. What he does is he loosens it up, takes it off on his vise, cleans out the threads, and then puts never sees on it. And that way your threads will work, and then you can be able to self-adjust by doing the slamming on your brakes that everybody usually traditionally does. But again, if your star adjuster is frozen, it will not do it. Once you got it all lubed up and lubricated up, you go ahead and put it back on, and you put your drum back on. As you can see, it's spinning freely because again, the drive axle is off. So that's the trick here. You take off the drive axle and they don't have that fight anymore. And now you can put your wheel back on. Obviously the axle's still not in there. Now what my uncle does is puts a rag, a towel there in one of the spokes, in one of those spots there. And now he knows how far it's turning every time. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And basically it's going to keep on spinning until it stops because it needs to be adjusted. So here he's adjusting it. That's the slot there to adjust it for the star bolt that we saw earlier.
Good to where it hits.
Here he's pumping the brakes so at the shoes center, and they are together where they should be because of the adjusting. They might be in a different spot, but now once he slams the brakes a few times, they center and they go to where they need to be. And here he's trying it out, giving it a spin after adjusting it. Remember, the axle's still out, so he gives it a good spin. 1, 2, and about 3/4 or so. So he still needs to adjust it some more.
So I'm gonna do probably a click or 2 more. I did 3. That's 1. Same way. 1 click.
So that's the trick. This is not really a how-to on how to do your brakes. You'll get an idea of it if you don't know what's going on, but this is more so how to make it easier on adjusting big brakes. Here he's putting back the drive axle, and he put a little cloth there, little rag, so that the oil wouldn't drip out for his silicone. And you just line up the bolts basically and put them back in, kind of crank them out, you know, just make sure they're not loose basically. And don't kill it either. Line them up and you're off and running. And that's it. Once you pull out that axle, it frees up your wheel and you can spin it a lot easier and adjust it a lot easier, instead of doing the going and coming and slamming and you have to find a strip of road to, you know, do that safely. You just take out that drive axle and frees up your wheel, and you're able to properly adjust it on both sides with the same amount of rotation, so you know that your brakes are properly adjusted.